Chunks with the sauce.
You're looking around to see who's looking back, looking like a slightly crooked chap. Always know where the money goes cause you're good at math. Probably why one day you started moving packs. How would you know this deadly game had a lot strapped? You knew Uncle Jody was on hostile territory and got jacked. They left a ransom letter but got the blow. Y'all swapped packs till you found out where they stayed. Went and couldn't find a pack but got a bag. The money's always in a big bag and products always in a small pack. Maybe not always but often. Since a younger lad you got that. Anyways, product was stolen but you got the money and basically swapped back. You had the Cadillac and Mercedes looking at the mansion. Now like you'll cop that. You keep your circle small with few you actually organize purchases and distribution with. Your circle feared you more than law and wouldn't think to snitch. You used to think you destroyed other families' lives looking out for your own kids. You realize your sales affect the lives of your kids' friends and decide to go legit. You made millions selling drugs and now want to invest in the music biz. Busting a nut listening to music is a different feeling jizz. It seems quick and you don't have to spend time playing with her tits. Everybody's getting into music and making hits. You gotta make your move quick. You open a local studio and spread word to your community. You'll make a deal with who's got the best demo. A young 19-year-old named Terrell won to you. You picked him up in a limo. You offered him free studio time, a promoter, producer, and yourself as manager for his ammo. You experimented with him and tried every combination of mind-altering substance he would sample. You were both quick on the offense and like Wildcat together scrambled to make yourself the government supplying weapons in your rapper Rambo. You both were secretly out to have wealth and power that was completely legal. You corrupted minds through rhymes, not drugs this time, but marketing music to whoever legally was good camo. You had always been hunting for the next client or employee who would either just work as told or use as told without becoming annoying. The world was completely serious, doing what they had to in order to survive while you were slightly toying. The fiend got high and didn't cause problems. The employee worked toward retirement. You felt glory from conquering neighborhoods through influence you had on all local inhabitants. The cops were onto you, thinking I'll be glad when we catch him, but you were always a step ahead. You bled your community dry between money you took from drug dealers, drug sales promoted by top lyrics, and drug addicts give all money they got to the drug game as to not be in bad spirits. You had always been hunting for the next client or employee who would either just work as told or use as told without becoming annoying. The world was completely serious, doing what they had to in order to survive while you were slightly toying. The fiend got high and didn't cause problems. The employee worked toward retirement. You felt glory from conquering neighborhoods through influence you had on all local inhabitants. The cops were onto you, thinking I'll be glad when we catch him, but you were always a step ahead. You bled your community dry between money you took from drug sales promoted by rap lyrics, and drug addicts give all money they got to the drug game as to not be in bad spirits. You retired from selling drugs to sell rap music. Drug dealers paid you a ton to glamorize their drugs, and your artist raps, you use them. Competitive music suppliers wouldn't cross you cause local gangs had your back. The local gangs all sold drugs from heroin, cocaine, ecstasy, meth to crack. You promote the drugs with an artist who was extremely appealing. You tell him what products to mention as to advertise at private meetings. Even local liquor stores and businesses that sold tobacco didn't want you touched. You were undoubtedly a boss and always wanted to be kingpin and saw yourself as such. Pretty soon local and national sports representatives had you as a contact, cause your artist would mention athletic teams, and those teams sold more of anything from tickets to backpacks. You start thinking that the money isn't enough, cause what if your name don't ring out? You wanna be remembered for centuries over living for less than a century rich. You seem proud. The next day you go to your studio, turn on some music, pick up the mic and sing loud. A year goes by, you've been heard by millions, and you're visited by Ming Chow, an average build Asian man that says he knows your story and all you're about. He says he handles the dope distribution to most of America and seeks a closer to work living space to hold down. He says he plans on putting his brother-in-law Cedric from Nigeria on the radio. Chow says your style's similar to Cedric's, and Cedric could do better with keeping content who's in your crowd. Now you're a powerful man in your town, but globally not as well manned as Ming Chow. Chow says he's going to push you out or buy you out, and will make you an offer right now. Chow says by buying you out, he's expanding his legacy, but you're not trying to not have your name ring out and give up your crowd. You've always chased long-lasting glory, and the hunter in you isn't a match for the hunter in Chow. Still you're proud and ain't about to sell out, so you swear you'll kill Chow. Now you have to figure out how it's gonna go down. You had always been hunting for the next client or employee who would either just work as told or use as told without becoming annoying. The world was completely serious, doing what they had to in order to survive while you were slightly toying. The fiend got high and didn't cause problems. The employee worked toward retirement. You felt glory. Glory from conquering neighborhoods through influence you had on all local inhabitants. The cops were onto you, thinking I'll be glad when we catch him, but you were always a step ahead. You bled your community dry between money you took from drug sales promoted by rap lyrics, and drug addicts give all money they got to the drug game as to not be in bad spirits. You always been hunting for the next client or employee. You bled your community dry between money you took from drug sales promoted by rap lyrics, and drug addicts give all money they got to the drug game as to not be in bad spirits. You had always been hunting for the next client or employee.